Well, good afternoon, everyone. We are going to be voting on proceeding to a bill related to pay equity. I think it's important to kind of put in place the record of the current administration with regard to women. This is during the president's tenure in office. The poverty rate for women has increased to 16.3% from 14.4%. 3.7 more American women are in poverty since the president took office. The median income for women has dropped $733 since the president came to office. Excuse me. Income for women with a bachelor's degree has shrunk by $1,419 since the president came to office. Household income is down $3,000 since the president took office. Of those affected by the Obamacare 30-hour work week, which you're all familiar with, of those affected by that, 63% are women. Of the roughly 500,000 jobs that CBO says would be lost with the minimum wage increase that the Democrats are offering, about 57% of those jobs that would be lost would be jobs held by women. So that is the record so far of this administration and how women have fared during the Obama term in office. Senator Fisher has been working on this issue, and I'd like to turn to her now for her thoughts about the way forward.
Thank you, Senator McConnell. Thank you all for your interest in this very important matter. We've made a lot of progress since we passed the Equal Pay Act, but all of us know that some women still face job discrimination in the workplace. And so a piece of legislation that I've been working on is specifically geared towards addressing that. I can tell you that women are concerned with that in an overwhelming number. And we need to make sure that we're addressing it. So I have an amendment that I'll be offering today. I hope the majority leader will take it up and we can vote on it. I think it's a very simple, a very common sense amendment. It allows for a non-retaliation clause. Basically what that does is allows employees to discuss their salaries without any fear of retaliation from their employers. That's really important. As I said, this is common sense. We want to equip not just women but also men with the tools that they would need, with the information that they would need to determine if they are being discriminated against. Another part of this bill would just be to reinforce the current laws that we have. Again, that also makes a lot of sense. We have laws in place right now that ban discrimination based on gender, and those laws should be enforced. Employers are supposed to notify employees of their rights. So we need to do that. A third piece of the proposal that I have would also consolidate all the job training programs that are out there. Many of them are duplicative, and we need to consolidate those. And we need to focus on which programs work, which programs are going to address the challenges that we are now facing. You know, Republicans believe in equal pay for equal work. And many of my colleagues will also be on the floor this afternoon to present their proposals. Senator Collins has a great proposal that changes that 30-hour week under the health care law to 40 hours. Let's get back to the 40-hour week. Senator Thune has a really comprehensive proposal that has many ideas in it. Senator Lee has a proposal that's going to offer families flexibility, as Senator McConnell and Senator Ayotte also have a proposal that's going to offer flexibility for families. So we have some great proposals out there. I am very, very hopeful that the majority leader is going to allow us to not just debate those proposals, but to vote on them. You know, I come from a state where we're used to debating things. I served in our legislature for 8 years. And when you debate something, that means you eventually take a vote on it. People send us here to do a job. They send us here to solve problems. They didn't send us here to have press conferences all the time or to showboat. So we have some great proposals that we're going to be talking about this afternoon. I hope you all will be covering those, and we can get our message out where we have good solutions to address the really hard decisions that we're going to have to make. So thank you.
So, Senator, what is wrong with the actual, both of you, what is wrong with the actual underlying Paycheck Fairness Act? Because it has a thing about non-retaliatory.
I think there's a lot wrong with the underlying act. You're looking at harm made to merit pay. That hurts everyone when you take away any incentive from merit pay. You're looking at very rigid pay scales that are out there. That's going to harm people. You're not going to allow any flexibility. And again, I think that's going to harm women more. When you have flexibility and you're able to work with your employer on your own time schedule, possibly you only want to work 4 days a week instead of 5, and you're willing to take a cut in pay in order to do that. Under this proposal that our colleagues on the other side have put out, that does away with that. And then when you look at the taking away caps on punitive action, that's unheard of. That's unheard of.
Senator McConnell, may I ask you on campaign finance if you think that the individual caps, which were upheld in Buckley versus Vallejo, should be done away with, as well as the aggregate caps, which the Supreme Court threw out?
Well, I think that's not likely to happen. We're very comfortable and have been for many years with contribution limits on gifts to parties and to candidates. As you indicated, Justice Thomas believes that all such limitations are unconstitutional. There are some states which allow unlimited. Virginia, right across the river, allows unlimited contributions, corporate, labor, individual, with full disclosure and rather immediate disclosure. My own view is that at this stage, people seem to be comfortable with the limits on party committees and limits on individual contributions to party committees and to candidates.
Senator McConnell, on Paul Ryan's budget, Senator Schumer earlier today called it a gift to Senate Democrats. Do you support Paul Ryan's budget, and do you think it will have any effect on Republican senators who are running for re-election? Are you concerned about any fallout?
Yeah, I think probably most members of my conference are going to be sympathetic to Congressman Ryan's proposal. I don't know whether we'll end up voting on it over here or not. As you know, the Democrats plan to offer no budget at all. So we won't know with specificity how they would do things differently. So I don't, my personal view is I think the Ryan budget is a step in the right direction. I'm not sure whether we're going to vote on it, and obviously the Democrats don't intend to vote on an amendment because they don't want to offer one.
Will it be a factor in the 2014 Senate races?
I think the Democrats are doing anything they can to try to change the subject from the nightmare of Obamacare and the joblessness that we experience in our country right now. And it's been almost amusing to watch them talk about any and everything other than what the American people have on their mind, which is two things. Number one, the sorry state of the economy, and number two, Obamacare. Their premiums are going up, jobs are being lost, deductibles are higher now, and so you have a new category of uncompensated care for the providers, which is people who now have been able to buy insurance, but the deductibles are so high they still can't pay. So those will be the issues this fall: the state of the economy, the effect of Obamacare on the American population. You can look for the Democrats all year long to be trying to change the subject to anything else. Thank you.